The Bears are signing former Notre Dame and Miami Dolphins tight end Durham Smythe, Cole Kmets' former teammate at Notre Dame, who was also developed by Ben Johnson in Miami. Smythe is one of the more underrated blocking tight ends and backups in the NFL, a former fourth round pick out of Notre Dame who spent all 7 years of his career in Miami. He's not a huge receiving threat, but he does have 132 catches for 1,200 plus yards in his career. Smythe has actually started 74 games in his career, and he can fill in if Komet misses time easily. Smythe is a reliable check down option with good hands who doesn't bring much to the table after the catch, but he is a savvy route runner who knows how to get open in the short passing game. He's not a deep threat or a speed guy and doesn't really bring anything to the table as a down the field receiver, but he's a reliable pass catcher and provides a nice safety valve for his quarterback. He has a career 75% catch rate. Unlike Gerald Everett, though, Smythe has made his living in the NFL as a blocker. He fits Ben Johnson's mold of no block, no rock attitude. In his last 1,200 plus snaps, he has only allowed one sack and eight pressures. Cole Kmet gave up 3 sacks and 4 pressures this season. I will say Kmet had only given up 4 sacks in his previous 4 years before that, so Cole is definitely proven to be a solid blocker in the NFL, but he had his worst season in 2024. But Smythe is more well rounded as a blocker, and he should be a big upgrade over Gerald Everett, who did not work out in Chicago. Everett is a good tight end, but he's more of a receiving threat, and he wasn't used correctly last season. With Ben Johnson taking over, his number one priority is improving the run game and the blocking on this offense. In 2024, the blocking from our tight end group was an absolute weakness. Cole Kmet had his worst season as a pro, Gerald Everett was awful, and then Mercedes Lewis, who had been reliable for 2 plus decades in the NFL, might have reached the end of his storied career. His season consisted of missing practices every week and then committing penalties when he got on the field on Sunday. Durham Smythe is a guy whose blocking gets him on the football field. He's only 29 years old and he hasn't missed a game in 4 years. This was another big need that the Bears have now addressed before we even enter free agency. By now adding a solid tight end too, we could still look to draft a young tight end as well. It's a really good class this season. This is just a 1 year deal. Terms of the deal have not been disclosed yet, but I would expect it to be for less than $2 million. Solid move by the Bears, bringing in another Ben Johnson guy to help improve the blocking on this roster. A couple of other rumors that are swirling around this morning. There is a chance that Chase Young could be reaching a deal with the Saints to stay in New Orleans, and then another really big name defensive lineman could become available. There are multiple reports saying the Commanders are trying to trade Jonathan Allen, but if they can't find a trade partner, he's likely to be released. Jonathan Allen is a stud defensive tackle who just turned 30 years old and has dealt with some injuries recently, but another big name who could hit the market. Stay tuned, guys. I appreciate everybody who watches. Please remember to hit that like button for me, and until next time, bear down.